Hello, 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 and welcome back to my playthrough of Kevin Grasso with PK's rebalancing mod. When I left you guys, we had just found out that the bandages were a little on the wonk, as it were, and that no medicine would actually decrease in quantity when you used it. So we had a little fun with it, and then we moved along. And now that it's fixed, I can do this again. So in the interim, I have actually only traveled to this clothing store and gun store. Remember the one I smashed in the corner and I tried to rob, but there was a metal door in the way? Well, I'm going to try to get to this sporting goods store. Sorry, I've been calling it clothing store. I'm going to try to get to this sporting goods store and see if it has any goodies for me. I have just arrived, and, well, I noticed a few of the zombies that were killed before getting up. So we're going to want to make this quick. I'm going to turn on the dome lights, and I'm going to have some caffeinated chewing gum because we want to make this quick. And something I've noticed I've been doing in general practice recently, and in this playthrough a few times, is running when there's no need to run. As you can see, I'm walking. Oh, I was running. Well, there you go. You really can't make it simpler than that. How high, go away. What are you? Blind zombie, of course. Oh, fuck me. Well, so much for the stealth. I put them in to do just that. They're not shady zombies. They're nothing like that. And really all they're there to do is just kind of remind you that the zombies are zombies, and they hear better. They're nice touches, I think, and they're no better than normal zombies, at least as far as, you know, seeing, finding, chasing, whatever. Lstick? Well, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, blimey. I don't want to mess with him because we don't have any shoulder strength. Shoulder strength. That thing. Health for our shoulder. So that was a ginormous waste of time. And there are a few zombies saying hello, hello, hello. Luckily though, we can just drive off and ignore them. Well, that was a largely worthless task. I'm going to need something to wrap myself up with. I'm going to need something to do any manner of things. Oh, I did get a pair of binoculars from a survivor. Before I forget about that, I had found one and it was dark, so I talked to him and traded them, and he can go fuck himself. Oh, did I not turn that off? I did not. Oh, silly me. Here I am attracting all kinds of attention with my weakened body. We wanted to get to that grocery store, however, we have been thwarted. Ooh. I forget at the moment if you can see if there's a magazine in those things. Let's see. Yeah, there's the magazine in there. That is just scrumptious. You guys have no clue how much that makes me happy. And I guess he got himself nommed on. You know, it'd be an awful shame to let his stuff go to waste. I say. And run. Da 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 da. See, there's all manner of things you can do, especially early on, that don't involve you attacking monsters. So, I mean, make of that what you will. But I haven't exactly been engaging them in straight combat, have I? We want to repair that if we can, and we don't need the storage at the moment, so... And what do we got on? What am I doing? Stop. Okay. Now it's starting to look a little better. Stop. Lovers. That's the magic of hordes. And that's the magic of a car. Oh, they've all been dead already. Ah, that's a shame. Oh. Oh, it's acid rain again. Great. I don't know if this is a good idea, but we do need to get inside, and I do need to find some medical supplies. So we'll make this quick. Does match soap. We can take the soap. Load the sewing kit. Take the thread. Long string is good stuff. Hydrogen peroxide. Does it not heal you anymore? Is that what I'm saying? No, it does. This is good. I am willing to lose a few doses in order to heal my aching bodies. Some cracklings. Marshmallow. This stuff is okay for like morale boosting. Not a big deal. The salt's nice, but it won't win me any medals. And you have to remember that outside right now there's a couple of zombies just smashing on through all my crap. Eat the broccoli and eat the cucumber and oh noes! Don't need a potato. An apple, lemon lime, and sauerkraut. Look at this. It's still acid raining, and they're still going to be trashing my car. Oh, good. Let's get back to the car. Yep. Oh boy. Fuck me. Well, it looks like I'm going to use my lighter on this. Yeah, no, ignore, ignore, ignore. Get into the fire, thank you. Enough that I was able to bait them out of the driver's seat. And there we go. Perhaps not a sustainable method of getting out of there, but I challenge you to say I didn't make it out. We wanted to go to the library, but I knew they were going to be trashing that car. I took the risk. Well, we went through the grocery store. We can kind of shift and E that so it goes in grays. Okay, well, I think all things considered, I'm going to grab some sheets from this and sleep. Because with the acid rain, I'm going to start accruing pain, and I don't even have painkillers. So we're just going to accept that acid rain cannot currently hurt you, even though I would like it to be able to once more. In fact, when I first added it, I was kind of hoping that would happen, but yeah, no. Things. So we're just going to take the acid pain like a man. And cougar. That would be real unfortunate. That is a bar, isn't it? Restaurant. Yeah, I'm less enthused. Alright, and they reverted the gas changes a while ago. I presume that means that the consumption rates are back to normal, or quote-unquote normal. Which isn't... cockroach. It's a cockroach in there. Well, blimey. I can't say that's a good thing. Oh, and the dome lights are still on. Of course they are. Well, then it won't really matter if I go out into the light. Oh, and of course he brought his whole family. Shipe. Well, it's just not my day, is it? Can you get over here, dog? Just not my day. Okay, guys. Well, I do have a sheet for what that's going to do. I would be tempted to call it here and just see you guys on the other side, except I do need more sheets, to be completely frank. This one sheet isn't exactly going to cover me. I was really hoping that wasn't going to happen, but I did it anyway. Well, now we're definitely done. I will see you guys. I think what I might actually do is drive back to this gas station. As loath as I am to admit defeat, I need a safe place to hang out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What are you? Wriggling jelly. Well, you know, I'm all for it. Okay, yeah, you know, I think I might be done with that. Wow. Did, like, the turnout just not go? Well, what we can do is mark that on our map. Okay. We can come back if we ever have the inkling to. Okay, guys, I will see you. Hello, hello, hello! And I'm back for a quick second to show you what death looks like. Not too much going on. Just driving my way back, chilly, wet. Probably need another drink, no. But, look at that, look at that. There we go, that's a horde. And to think I can only see 50 of them. But the good thing we found that Lstick, because that Lstick lets us use our batteries much more efficiently, and it's a pretty gosh darn good weapon too. I don't know if you people have ever heard of the Lstick, or maybe you have heard decent things about it, but yeah, it's a pretty good weapon. It blocks, it hits really quick. It's, if you could imagine a walking stick that happens to have a luminous globe on the end, kind of like a magic staff, it's kind of like that is what I've always pictured it as. But block, like I said before, is just amazing. Rapid Strike isn't a bad one either, but the Lstick is a big, unwieldy weapon. It would probably do better more with things like Brutal Strike, or, you know, one of the manly things. Rapid Strike is what I imagine being on a fencing foil. So, yeah, no. Here we are right now. I was surprised by an antique store. Almost ran me down. but I'd figure I'd come back to say that this is the first time I've revised the penalties for being too cold or too hot. As I said before, I did increase the penalties for both. And for instance, you lose health when you are too cold or too warm, according to my mod. And the reason I did that is because they were the heat and cold system were very, very nice, and the health system was pretty good too. But we never used them for anything. I don't know why on earth that dog... You'd think they'd be intelligent. A little more intelligent than trying to run into a speeding car. Is it any surprise that he got himself splattered on the windshield door, whatever? Anywho, I wanted to take the time to break down the health changes in my mod from the regular one in case I haven't done so already suitably. Okay, first of all, we can go a little faster, please. Okay. There are two modifiers for health in the game. There is the health, which is what people use and what they talk about. It is your current level of healthiness. When you have a high health, you recover a lot more health when you sleep. When you have a high health, you are more resistant to infections and diseases and sickness. When you have a high health, you are more capable of functioning out there and doing stuff. I'm not sure what else health does. I'm sure there's a few things. But health is your current level of fitness. It is your current ability to resist things. It is your current ability. It is short term. It goes up and down every time you do something silly like eat bad food, this, that, and the other thing. Now, you also have a second health modifier called the H-mod. H-M-O-D, H-mod. And what H-mod does is it acts like your neutral health. When you drink tea, you add a point to your H-mod. When you... I don't know, what's something that's unhealthy? Drink booze. When you drink booze, you subtract a point from your H-mod. And your H-mod will slowly, very, very slowly, gravitate towards 0. So you have to maintain a healthy lifestyle in order to keep it positive, and you have to maintain a poor lifestyle in order to keep it negative, which is fine. But what it does is it pulls your health into its area, so to speak. So if your H-mod is 0, then your health will gravitate towards 0, which is neutral. So if your health is 80, your H-mod is 80, your health will gravitate towards 80. The 80 is really high, by the way. But 0 is neutral, negative 100 is the worst, and 100 is the best. So your health will gravitate and switch towards this H-mod number, which changes every time you do something bad or good. It is your long-term... It is your long-term health. It is how you live, what you do. It is a better representation of your lifestyle than just current health, because current health can go up and down dramatically by doing things like taking flu shots or drinking bad this, that, and the other thing. Now, what my mod does is it takes this eating system, because that's mostly what it is. Unfortunately, in the core game, there isn't a whole lot outside of eating or consuming some kind of item that will raise or lower your health or H-mod respectively. I added poison and temperature-related changes to this. Mostly negative, because I am focusing on making it harder after all. But what happens is that your body wants to be comfortable. Every time... Hang on. Every time you go outside and it's chilly, or you're warm, or, God forbid, hot or very cold, then you will slowly, and I've recently changed that to make it even slower, you will slowly lose your current health. This is the health that you use to heal, to do this and that, the other thing, resist infection. You will slowly lose it by being chilly. Right now I am losing it for 2 counts. Well, 3 apparently. 1 for each body part and 1 for the head. But I'm losing health for all three of these, they are separately running and separately taxing my health very slowly with a very small chance every, I think it was 60 ticks. So the longer I spend out like this, the lower my current health is. When I was very cold, because I was missing my arm protection, I was losing my H mod as well, which is your long-term health. So being warm, being hot, being cold, very cold, it will drain your health. You want to be comfortable as long as possible, as much as possible. And it's an incentive not to walk around in this hot, stuffy suit. Okay? Poison will do the same thing. Intense doses of radiation will do the same thing. And that's the changes that I have made, in addition to greater speed loss, and in addition to things like fractional penalties to your main attributes: strength, dexterity, intelligence. If you are chilly enough, you will take a dexterity point loss, which I seem to have right now. No, that's from there. But that's what happens. You see how I have 0 perception and 0 for dexterity? Those are fractional point losses. They're not quite 1 point of loss, but it's telling you they can happen. So that's the deal with my temperature-related goodness. Now I'm going to let you guys go again. I'm going to come back when I have good armor and presumably better health, or when I run out of gin and need to make an emergency bar run. Aye aye. Hello, hello, hello again, and welcome back. I left you guys traveling along the road over to here. And boy, what a relatively annoying trip it has been. There was some guy who was like, yo, give me your stuff, and I ignored him. There was a guy who was like, hey, can we have some fun, and can I take your stuff, and I ignored him. And there's this guy, whoever he is. So we had a lot of fun, a couple of MTCs. I'm thinking I may have to turn that down a little at some point, but more importantly, take a look at that message down there. You're up, but your body seems like it would rather stay in bed. That is what happens when you have that way underwhelming health. I'm going to turn on debug mode just to show you what I mean. D is for character. I'm going to select us, and we're going to see our health. We don't want to change it, and that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I wanted either. I don't do this very often, so no surprise, I'm not typically good about this. Let me see. Boop, 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 boop. I guess I want to set it, though I don't want to change it. There you go. Look at that. I have some rads. I have an awful health of 58th. Remember, that's what's used for determining things like those messages. That's what's used for determining your health regen. That's what's used for determining how sick you can get. Your health modifier, HMod, is what's going to determine things like your overall health, your long-term health, your lifestyle. So if, you know, you play sports, you're running, you're doing high school, you'd probably have a positive one. If you're just sitting on a couch eating potato chips, you're going to have a negative one. This guy, he's an alcoholic who happened to be freezing his tush off the last 6 days, so it's pretty low. Like I said, I have changed it to be a little slower on the attrition, but you really have to want a good health to have a good health score. 2 days of sleeping, well, not 2 days, 2 nights and 1 day worth of crafting and sleeping have got us here from the last time I saw you guys. What I have right now is level 3, first of all. Got myself a hoodie, a backpack, and a tool belt. I made another cotton helmet. I did some tweaking with the encumbrance levels of all the eye protection, and I gave swim goggles a better rep, because I don't know about you, I mean, you could use the really cheap ones, but the ones I'm used to seeing, I mean, you can even have tinted swim goggles. I mean, you can get prescription swim goggles, they're not all bad, so I give them the benefit of the doubt and make them a little better, even though they're very encumbering. But if you want them, they're there for you. And I tried to do the same with the sunglasses, fit over sunglasses. One of the things that annoyed me was that the character was wearing 2 sunglasses, rocking out with, what, 90 tint? 90%. Anyway, so we did that, and as you can see, I'm actually starting to get warm now. But that's okay, because we're not doing so bad. We have what we need. We even got a little water skin, which I completely forgot about. Maybe that's where all my booze went. Pour it into a container. Boom. There we go. And as far as my inventory, it's all the same right here. I did get a survival knife off of whomever. I don't know. Somewhere I got a survival knife. And we're going to want to drink some gin. We're going to want to pick up all the rags we can because we're leaving this joint. Not before I hit the bathroom. Now, what I'm about to do is drink out this toilet, and he's probably going to throw up. But what I found out is, despite the health malice, because you do lose health from drinking this toilet water, it's overall worth it because that hydration or dehydration penalty is 22% off your speed. That's not a paltry amount, man. We're going to be drinking this water, and we're going to drink a lot of it. We're going to throw up, and it is going to be glorious, and we are going to love it. Food poisoning 3. That's something else I also put in. I made it stack up to 3 times. Getting poisoned because of it, that's actually from the core game. But I made it so that you can have up to 3 intensity food poisoning. And what an intensity it is. But you know what? Even if we vomit, like I said, it's still going to be worth it. I have no minerals in my tummies, and I have a fucking cow. Go away, cow. I'm trying to ruin it. I'm trying to talk to people. Oh, did I kill it? No. I was gonna say, if I killed it, I may as well butcher it and eat it. Anyway, before I forget, let's go. I was talking about something, and then the cow distracted me with its nonsense. You still bothered? Yeah, you're still bothered. You're still hot and bothered there, buddy. Okay, let me get out of here. But what I was saying is, overall, it's going to be worth it. Because now I have my tummy full, even though I'm sick for the next hour. What am I going to be doing for the next hour? I'm not going to be fighting anything. At least I hope. Well, who knows? Maybe I will. Anyway, what I am going to do, though, is I'm going to drop some of these rags. Now, that cow might still be out there, so I'm going to do this. 10 rags, 10 rags. We're looking pretty good. Let's drop the rest of them. So, it's going to be worth it, even if I were to vomit, which apparently I'm not. I am strong stomach, I think, right? Yes. So, strong stomach, gourmand, really helps with the early game, really helps with the living like a trash can kind of guy. It helps with all of that. It's binoculars, thank you. Am I still sick? Yeah, I'm still a little tummy ached. I don't want to eat while this is happening because it is fully possible to vomit up your contents, and, well, as you might think, you don't actually get to retain any minerals if you vomit them all up. It's no good. Nobody likes that, so don't do it. Anyway, we're doing better now. We're doing better. I have my gin still. I have my atrocious health. I want to see what it is, just to see. I don't plan on using this menu, and I don't use it very much, but as you can see, my radiation actually went up. That's a result of being poisoned, by the way. It might actually be food poisoning too, but like I said, you can catch a bit of radiation from being poisoned, so you want to be careful around rattlesnakes, spiders, whomever. A doggy, he's going wolf. So what I should have done, and what I forgot to look into, was swapping out new headlights. To be honest, we're looking for a new car, full stop. I'm not even entertaining this vehicle anymore. But, you know, one thing at a time. He's a happy little spider, being a happy little spider. They can't see very well, but they can hear you pretty well. They're kind of like ants, but even better, believe it or not. So, hang on. Before I get over there, let's take a look at what is happening around. I could go look down here, and I think I might. I don't think I had too much time left, but I do know I need to hit that bar, which is on the right side, and I do know I need more batteries, and I do know I need medical supplies, and oh god. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong going on here. There's nothing like having to plow through a couple of zombies with your already failing vehicle to really put the scare into you. But I have my binoculars out, right? I do. No. No. You know, if somebody wants to do me a favor at one point and figure out how to get it to understand that I want to put the stuff away, I don't want to be asked if I want to stop because I see a fat zombie. I don't want to be asked because I see a regular zombie. I just want to put the stuff away. It turns out I wanted to do that. That's why I did it. It aggravates me a little, and it does add up, especially when I start doing some really intense microing of what's going on with my stuff. Okay. Let's let go of the controls. I'm still food poisoned, but I really do want to get some food into him. What it is, let's go with the irritated chicken. You do, of course, want to eat the perishables before you switch off to anything else. And we're doing okay. I think I might actually up the vomit chance for food poisoning, or at least tweak it a little more. As you can see, it's still very intense. This is crippling food poisoning, I think. Go away. I'll never understand that. I know why it happens, because all mammals have a aggression towards seeing their friends die, and they have an aggression towards people being weak. And I am weak at the moment. My arms are yellow. That is counted. Anyway, so with the binoculars, the task of seeing what's going on in the city should be somewhat easier. Now, I do have an Under the Hood book, and I do have a few others. I haven't read any of them. No reason to. But UTH might be worth it, and it might be worth it very soon, especially since I'm looking to upgrade to a new car, and the diesel engines are no longer borked. Boy, I'm happy about that, to be completely honest. I really was looking forward to the vehicle overhaul, because it really is such a strong thing. And I'm being careless with the vehicle, if I'm being completely frank. I am definitely being careless with the vehicle, and I know I am. It's part of the fun, to be honest with you. There's a liquor store. Oh, what time is it? 2, 3 o'clock? Yeah. Oh, look, I barfed. Well, that's a shame. I'm not sure what the game thinks I'm going to do about it. It's nothing. Okay. Now, you know what I haven't gotten? Any real feedback about these pigeons. I have no clue what people think about them. Do you see me? You do. Because you're an absolute bastard. Ah, what I recently did do, by the way, just now in fact, while I was waiting for you guys, is I changed the gauze. It is now a better bandage, and it has some chance to, heal up the bite wounds as well. Not a big one, but the idea is that it's not so utterly worthless, because I could carry around rags and get the same effect. Okay, boop, 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 boop. I'm a doggy, wolf, wolf. No. Go away, dog. Of course, another zombie sees me. Where are you? I'm thinking this isn't going to be happening. Come on. I'm a zombie, wolf, wolf, wolf. That's what they say, right? Okay, lucky for me. Lucky for me. Ooh. If there's one bug they really do need to fix, it's turning broken dusters into clean, perfectly fitting dusters. There's no reason not to use it, and since people seem to prefer trench coats and dusters anyway, I mean, what do you expect is going to happen? That's, I would much rather check out the ambulance. be completely honest. What am I doing? Am I running? We want to be sure we run. Come on. If you could not take my time up, that would be super awesome. We desperately need some of these supplies. Oh, Thorazine. Thorazine is also known as the anti-hallucinogenic. Oh, for an alcoholic who's going to detox, Thorazine is second only to something like Prozac. Because whereas Thorazine will help you not hallucinate or get rid of the hallucinations, Prozac is going to actually lower your morale penalty. It lowers all your morale penalties and bonuses, but when you have negative 250 morale penalty, it's really not about the bonuses. But what it does is it allows you to craft again. You maybe have some bacon or something, and all of a sudden you're ready to craft. And it's not about crafting for experience, it's about crafting to take up the time. Prozac allows you to function as a human. Oh boy. Okay, good. I thought that noise I was hearing was zombies smashing into the truck, which would obviously be no good. I'm not finding alcohol here, but I am finding plenty of good, clean food. And ammonia. You know, one of the things I do advertise, and I'm getting mixed results on, to be honest. Not just results. Part of it is that it's all still hard-crafted, but opinions, too. I'm not sure if people are trying out the new system, or they just don't like the idea of it. Can you not bother me? Go away. Thank you. But the new system I'm trying with the mutations, you can start crafting at like level 3 cooking and level 1 survival or fab, I think, are the two I use. Or it might be survival and first aid. Either way, you can start crafting fairly early if you have the mind to. There's nothing to stop you from crafting the mutagen. Ooh. And I've made Purifier harder to craft than mutagen, and there's kind of, what's a good way to describe it, no takebacks for mutagen, at least not in the beginning. That's intended, but it allows the player who wants to play with mutations early game, where they're more useful, as opposed to later game when you should have better mutagen, or better ways to get what you want out of mutagen in other things like, hang on. Things like, sorry, bionics. That's the word I'm looking for in my head. What's wrong here? What are you? Just an evolved zombie. Like I said before in the other video, if you can't handle the hungry zombies reliably and quickly, by the time they start showing up, you may have a bad time. And this character can handle them now that he has proper equipment, but you saw that. Do you really want to kill a horde of, I don't know, pick a number, zombies like that? You'd get torn up. That was just one zombie and I was getting a little beat up. So, no. You really have to get the skills, you have to get the items, you have to get the experience. It's not La La Land here. But like I was saying about the mutagen, it allows a player who can have bionics late game, or will want to power grind late game, experience the mutations earlier. And I don't remove Purifier. It's not like Purifier doesn't spawn in the wild. It's fairly rare, because the idea is that you should be making it yourself, but it's still there, and you know, you can always stop. The idea is to make it fun, or at least more roguelike in its function. And, well, surprise, this is a roguelike. Now, this royal jelly that's mixed, it is exactly like royal jelly, regular, except I added a recipe to turn the Triffid sap from Violentes, the spitting flowers, and mixing it with the royal jelly, you could create this mixed royal jelly solution, which makes 2 portions for every single jelly, which allows you to spread it farther, and in the future you could end up making more supplies out of it. So it's a milky colored sweet smelling jelly mixed with triffid sap to further the alchemical properties. It's not useful for the crafting, but can be used to heal some afflictions, and if I'm not mistaken, it does heal all the afflictions. It doesn't offer the poison immunity that the triffid solutions will, the actual product you can turn that into. It doesn't say here, but there should be a recipe that you can unlock with survival skill and some fab and some cooking or whatever, and that will allow you to make the next stage, and that will allow you to be immune to poisons, which can be helpful if you're fighting a lot of poisonous monsters, or things that poison you, or even things that give you specialized poison, which is key. It's not just poison and bad poison. It's all the special things I give you in addition. And yes, rest assured, I do have my own special stock of things that I try to inflict upon the player. This may just be worth checking out. Parking lots are a prime place to get new cars. Of course, they have to be worthwhile. Oh boy, I don't know if I want to do this. What do I have on me? I have 1 Molotov. Is that enough? I'm hoping it's enough. I'm hoping it's enough. I'm hoping it's enough. Please be enough. Please be enough. You can go die in a... that battery's not good enough. Okay, let's drive away into the sunset. Unless they changed that too. I don't know if they did, to be honest with you, but I'm not willing to take the risk to find out. So, the police car is lost to me. Womp womp. If I can, both of these are worth looting, as are the electronic store. So let's just see how the cookie crumbles, and we'll get back to that. We need to take our last gin, and with that I am out of alcohol. Let's finish exploring this route, and I will probably try to shack up in a stray house if I can. There is a grappler zombie, which I'm sure all of you do know, is famous for pulling people out of their car while it's driving, and that leads to some funny moments, if you find death funny. So, okay. So like I said, I'm probably just going to explore the rest of this area with the binoculars on to show you who, what, where, why, and when. Well, there you have it, friends. Like I said, I'm probably going to find a way to kill the night and then have to go get some more booze. Unless I want to detox now, which is possible, but I won't be crafting anything or gaining anything in the way of skills. Then also, I mean, I'd want a new car before I did that. Ooh. What happened here? Amigos and Crex are pretty good for a distraction. But is there anything I want? Triffid Antidote. There we go. That's the name of the next step in that mixed jelly sap. Now what that's going to do is actually block poisons instead of just curing poisons, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I do eventually want to implement more negative effects from critters. Things that are going to encourage you to want to seek those kind of supplies out, but not require you to. And that can be hard, I'm going to be honest, because it's hard to strike that balance. Okay, double lock shot. Oh boy, we are back in the businesses, friend. We can use a candle, but only because we don't have much in the way of batteries. Zombies will spawn with various sizes of acid bombs, man hacks, and occasionally the rarer kinds of man hacks like the fire and acid bomb. I don't know if I still have fire in the game. I think think it's acid I took out, because they just don't make sense with the lore, period. Okay, and that's good. I can take all the hits the children can bring, because, you know, they're children zombies. Stamina tonics. If you can get your hands on this, this will increase your stamina for a while, which will help with the running, it'll help with the melee fighting, it'll help with all that. And zombie scientist corpses will spawn with various states of goodies on them, and this was well worth my time. And the Migo was even a distraction and a great source of zombie corpses to farm off. There's really no reason to be afraid of the Migo as long as you understand what he will and can do, and like I said, he was busy fighting. So I think as soon as I get to safety, I'm going to pull that shotgun out. I like the Scar, I like the Lstick, but I've really always been a shotgun guy at heart, and one of the things that have always grinded me is that the shotgun in this has a range of like 20 feet. Yeah, it has a range of all of, what, 4 meters, 5 meters? It's a little ridiculous, a little funny, haha, except not so funny, haha. Anyway, nothing here for me. But before I let you guys go, I just wanted to mention that I've started running at my gym every day, which is a good step. I had a lot of fun with that. It's pain, it's a real pain, but I'm trying to do at least 2 miles every day, and on my on days, quote unquote, I want to end up doing 4 to 5 miles if possible. That's a flaming eye. That's a fucking flaming eye. You know, I might just be tempted into actually changing the code for that. But, yeah, no, I've been trying to run every day. I've always wanted to do things like triathlons, and I've always been semi-capable of it, but nobody wants to be the guy that can do it, but never does it. So I will see you guys at a later date.